Alright guys, so I hope you're doing fine as always. Today I'm making another video about this 4-hour short setup on Synapse or SYN. I did record my chart live when I was looking for the setup, so without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so now for the actual TA part of the video. This can be pretty short, as it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm on the SYN chart on the 1-hour time frame. And as usual, we're charting out what's standing out to us. In this scenario, it's this liquidity zone right now that we've just taken. Also, we still have a vector candle sitting over here. And besides that, really not much standing out to the top side. Okay, we have a vector candle here, but that's still quite far away from where we're at now. Main thing is we've swept this liquidity zone. So I'm now taking my fib level and I draw it from the start of this move up to the top. So from my local low to my swing high. Here I'm looking at my important fib level, so the 382, the 005, the 618 to 605. What's standing out here is that only the 382 is a vector candle. And in between the 382 and the 05, there's another vector candle sitting. The other levels do not have vector candles. So for this scalping scenario or scalping setup that I'm looking for, I'm not interested in these levels. I'm only interested in the 382 as there's a vector candle sitting there. So we're now having a quick look on the smaller time frames. Again, to the zones we charted out. So again, also here liquidity zone. We're looking if there are vector candles. So we see the top line here is no longer a vector candle. Keep that in mind. So this top yellow line is no vector candle on the 15-minute time frame, only on the 1-hour time frame. We're then having a look on the 5-minute time frame as well, if my chart wants to load in. And same scenario here, no vector candle. There's a few small ones at top, okay, but not too important. They're really small. These are the zones that are standing out on the bigger time frames. If we saw big vector candles here, that would be a different scenario, but now because they're so small, I don't really care. But important to know is this 1-hour vector candle to the top side is no vector candle on the smaller time frames. Remember the RPO video where we went over that if the vector candle from the bigger time frames don't have vectors on the smaller time frames, it's not that strong. We see here the green vector candle we were targeting on the bigger time frames are also vector candles on the smaller time frames, so these are strong zones. So knowing all that the liquidity has been swept, I'm looking for a quick short scalp. So I do set my entry on the previous liquidity zone, so the wicks we saw on the different time frames. So I do put my entry there. I put my TP at the 382 of this move, so the fib retracement and this vector candle. And now for my stop loss. Initially, I'm thinking I want to put it above this vector candle of the 1-hour time frame, but I reminded myself that these are no vector candles on the smaller time frame, so this is most likely not a zone of interest for the market makers. So I decided to move my stop loss even a bit lower and put it above the wick we just formed from the liquidity sweeps or new formed high. So I decided to go for a 4-hour setup. That would be more worth the risk compared to the 2.8 setup we had before, or 2.5. And that's pretty much everything to this scalping setup. So just looking for vector candles, seeing the liquidity sweep, and having my FIB retracement. There's nothing more to it. Alright, so now let's have a quick look at this trade in hindsight. First of all, the screenshot of the trade. So my entry at 0.4910, 0.4910, TP at 0.444, 0.444, resulting into a 95.72% ROI trade on 10x leverage. Most importantly for us, it's a 4R setup. So now what can we see about this trade in hindsight? You can see we got filled here. Luckily, they came back to this level to retest it, but from there we saw a hard rejection and pretty much went straight down into the vector candle over here on the 5-minute, but we had it set up on the 15 earlier, so let's check the 15-minute time frame. Perfectly into this vector candle. They fully recovered it. From there had some consolidation, and it seems like they broke down even more. Let's have a look on the 5-minute time frame, or the 1-hour time frame, sorry. See, they're going down even more. Let's see if they're going for different FIB levels. So they're currently sitting at, or nearly at the 618. Also the 200 TMA is coming in. So maybe this zone can hold. If not, they will go and recover these vector candles right here. But that's not, or that does not matter for us. We got out of the trade where we wanted to be out. We got our full profit. We did get a 4R setup. That's all that matters to us. Whatever happens afterwards, we don't care about. So that's pretty much everything to this trade. As always, if there are any more questions, please leave them in the comment section or on the Discord server, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. See ya. Bye bye.